Hey guys, it's Ned here coming at you with a toy review, and yeah. This is of the 30-minute missions Spinatio Army type model kit. Before I even review this, I want to just say my thoughts on 30-minute missions right here, right now. This is my second ever 30-minute missions model kit. My first was the Alto Flight type, and that was when I was still, still a very big novice to model kits, and even then, I was not that impressed with the Alto Flight type. When it was just like the basic bitch Alto, I liked it a lot. But as the flight type, I really did. I liked it without like a lot of the bad shit that made that kit horrible. All the fly shit that was like a mix between that and the basic Alto, I liked it a lot. But as a separate Alto, which was just a flight type, I did not like that. And mine was like super QC problem-y with like a lot of the shit with that Alto flight type. But I really saw a lot of different 3-minute missions that I really fuck with. The Alto Army type, that's like a tank. It's basically the 3-minute missions version of the Gundam Ground type. I really like that one. I love to build. The one tank-looking thing that can turn into like a motorcycle or some shit. I really like that one. And then there's like a lot of armor and shit for like basic Altos that look fucking nice to make it look like, well, a haul-on from Genlock. Because I'm just going to say it now, too, before we even look at the Spinatio Army type. I really like 30-minute missions because a lot of the designs remind me of the haul-ons from Genlock. And for those who are, not aware of, like, what Genlock is a anime mech series from, like, 2018 that was created by Rooster Teeth, the same people that created Red vs. Blue, Ruby, Camp, etc., etc. And it has only 2 seasons. It finally had its second season in, like, 2022, and barely anybody even cared for it. Apparently that season was shit. And apparently a lot of people didn't even care for the first season. They found it to be mediocre and shit, too. But I really respect Genlock. It was what really got me into, like, the whole, like, mecha aspect of, like, lore and shit. Alongside with Pacific Rim and kind of Transformers since they're robots and shit, too. But it was really, like, it was Genlock and then Pacific Rim and Iron-Blooded Orphans. If you're not, gonna say, oh, Transformers, blah, 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 blah. But on to the toy now, because we was rambling on for fucking 3 minutes. Yes, this is a model kit. It is very similar to the entry grade Gundams and shit, which I adore. And unlike the Alto Flight type, I adore this Spinatio Army type. Its articulation looks great. It does look great, but its articulation is great. It is actually a very nice hand candy of a kit to play with. And it's a grunt. Most 3-minute mission kits are grunts. They're meant to be just like, screwed around with or whatever. And as you can see, we already have the Spinatio Army type in a bit of a badass pose, right? Look at that. Like, we gotta fall back, men. Yeah. Can you stand up, boy? Can you stand up, bruh? Can you? No, is your feet that tiny? No, you can't stand up on one foot. Either way, articulation is nice on this kit. And that says a lot because I've built at least 4 shelves full of Gunpla. My Zeonic shelf is not that many of Zeonic mobile suits. The Zeon are cool, but I'm not a huge fan of the Zeon for, like, larger suits. Besides, like, what, the Goof, the Zaku, the Dam. I love the Dam. The Dam is beautiful. But, yeah, this is a nice, beautiful robot. And this is what I like about 3-minute missions. Yes, there is a lore behind 3-minute missions. Apparently, there's like a 3-minute missions anime that's being created or whatever. But I like them because they're just random cool robots. And anybody can enjoy them. The designs are like very vastly different. And this one really feels like, unlike, well, the Alto with the armor on it, right? With the, like, commander armor on it, the Alto feels like the Holons before they was, like, customized uniquely. But this feels like a mix between, like, a Holon before it had, like, the proper battle armor and shit, and just, it feels like almost, not like Armor Core, but I don't want to say Macross, because Macross's mechs are a lot more different looking. I really almost want to say Ghost in the Shell. Like, it feels like if Ghost in the Shell had proper mechs, it feels like it could be in Ghost in the Shell. I love that so much. And I love the shield and everything, too. All these, I am not going to take every little bit and piece off of the armor, but as you can see, that fell off. That is detailed right there. I kind of would like to add, like, gold paint in there. Maybe silver, but probably gold. Because this feels like Master Chief with its, like, colors and shit. It's not as burly as Master Chief, but it feels a lot like the Chief, and I love that. But yeah, this is armor bit. The knee pads are armor bits. These are armor bits. The shield is like a bit of an armor bit. And I love that a lot. I love that a lot. I, again, am not removing the entirety of the armor because there's a million different vids that talked about this specific kit. And really, if you're gonna enjoy this kind of kit specifically for the Spinatio army type, you're just gonna want him to fuck with the the armor that you see right here. And that's how I like the Spinatio army type. Oh, look at that pose. That is a come on, stand up, Spinatio, stand up. You're just really gonna want him to fuck with this specific armor. Because there's like a lot of different, like, there's a few different Spinatios/Spinatias. There's like the one that's basically Char Aznable if Char Aznable was a waifu. What else? There's like a Knight type and a Ninja type Spinatio or whatever, which is cool. But, I don't know, I fuck with this. This is like something I could see in the real world. And really quickly for accessories, you see them. Shield right here. I like it on the shoulder because it's like a mobile suit shield. A beautiful shotgun looking thing. And a meat cleaver looking thing, which our Spinatio can wield like a badass if it really wanted to. And oh, let's just oh no, the Spinatio. Yeah. It is a nice kit. It is a nice kit. But I want to do a quick comparison with a few Gunpla and shit really quick. So, yeah. So here's the Spinatio army type next to the entry grade RX-78-2 and the HG Shia Quanta. And it scales pretty well with HGs. These are basically HG sized. And most people are going to collect like HGs and shit if they're Gunpla fans. But I want to go ahead and mention this too, revolving the 30-minute mission too, while the RX-78-2 entry grade's right beside it. The whole purpose of these two different kits, right, for like 3-minute missions and entry grade for Gundam, they're meant to be more of a basic kind of like build process than like a HG. And that's cool. That's great. But here's what kind of worries me. I'm not as worried about it with this kit, but it was definitely a problem with the Alto flight type, especially because with 3-minute missions, they encourage you to like swap and stuff for like a lot of the bits and bobs. And this is what worries me with 3-minute missions now. My RX-78-2, if I've been being like, messed with, well, I played with it a lot. I like this kit. But over time, it just, came loosey-goosey to the point where, like, well, I was going to say to the point where, oh yeah, no, never mind, it fell. To the point where it doesn't even like to stand unless I force it to stand. And that was the same problem that happened with my Alto flight type. before it just became complete ass. I used it for a custom. I might rebuild that kit eventually. But that's something I kind of worry about with this. Not just this kit, but 30-minute missions as a whole with some of these like kits and stuff. But let's look at a few more things to compare with. And now here it is next to a TNT Toys Jetfire, because I mentioned Macross earlier. I love that KO so much. And here it is next to a TVC Mandalorian Super Commando. And yeah, this thing scales great. But with all that said, I do recommend this. I do enjoy this a lot. I think it's very great. And this is one of the better 3-minute missions too. A lot of people seem to really love the Spinatio army type, and I can understand why. It's fucking great. But, as I said, there are some 3-minute missions that definitely suck. But that's with, like, even Gunpla. There's a lot of Gunpla that sucks. Even modern Gunpla that's meant to be great. A lot of the RGs, I fucking hate real grade for the... I tried to build the Unicorn Gundam, but every version of the Unicorn Gundam has the same problem where it breaks. The the one, I think it was the second version, maybe the first version of the RX-78-2, that kit is just complete garbage. The only good RG that I built out of the 3 is the Wing Zero Custom. That is the only good one. But, back onto this though, yeah? This is a good kit. If you like cool robots, because again, this doesn't have to be, like, you know, part of the 3-minute missions, like, lore. Because that's, again, what 3-minute missions really is. It's just like, you know, hey, here's badass robots, enjoy them. There is a lore to it, but you don't have to care about the lore. You can just appreciate these for being cool robots. And you can even, like, make your own robot if you want. And that's what I like. And that's what I like about this. This is just a badass grunt of a robot. Yeah. This is just a badass grunt of a robot. Looks nice, is cool, and that's what I love about this. That's just what I love about this. It's not super, you know, story driven or anything like that. And as I said, for me, it just not just this, but a lot of the 30-minute missions remind me of Genlock. And Genlock sucks. Blah 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 blah. I like Genlock. It's not the best series in the world. It is not. It has flaws. But I appreciate it. And besides, Rooster Teeth is like what? They're no longer even around. Like all their shows have been canceled too. Like Ruby's not even getting a proper series finale or whatever, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, but with all that said, if y'all like this vid, like, comment, sub, all that jazz, and yeah, just take it easy, folks.